So Alyssa Milano basically decided to, push a sex strike for everybody in America. It was towards abortion law and what was made. And she's like, okay, if we can't control our bodily functions, if we can't control anything with our own body, then we're going to have a sex strike and control our own body that way. And, that kind of thing that was going on. So basically, yeah, she made a protest out of it. A lot of women agreed, a lot of male feminists agreed. But at the same time, there's a lot of males that were mad. There's a lot of women that were mad, saying, you can't control me, you can't control my life, my lifestyle at the same time. Because, of course, we're living in very progressive times. So, yeah, people fought back. And then you had a lot of women on the right just generally disagreeing with that, saying that they weren't really, traditional, they were more modern conservatives. What ended up happening is that Alyssa Milano totally had a backlash, and she didn't realize that, I guess, conservatives agreed with her more than she thought so. And they're like, yeah, finally, you're thinking like us, you're gonna come over here and start to preach abstinence, and yeah, that's what we've been talking about the whole entire time. Now, when you say something like that to a whole entire group of conservatives, or you say that to the whole entire right side, then they're gonna say that's a good thing. We agree with you. Why would they say anything different? Conservatives believe that you should wait for when you want to have sex, not that you should just have sex all over the place and do that. So, therefore, when you're talking about that, especially from the left, then what do you think's going to happen? Who do you think's going to agree with you? So, they're kind of doing that to the own men in their party, the women in their party. It's not really affecting conservative women. It's not affecting conservative men, and really a lot of people in general, because if you think about it, okay, a lot of people, they're in the center. And I always say this, I said this, a lot of other times, is that, usually people aren't directly on the right. They're not directly on the left. They're more towards the center. They might be center right, center left, or more, totally in the center. But at the end of the day, they're not really picking a party, so they think differently. Basically, what this whole entire tweet said is that our reproductive rights are being erased. Until women have legal control of our own bodies, we cannot risk pregnancy. Join me by not having sex until we have our bodily autonomy back. I'm calling for a sex strike. Pass it on. It honestly sounds like Alyssa Milano is having a really hard time in her life. Maybe she should talk to someone about this. Maybe she should, seek professional help or something. I mean, I'm not a professional. I shouldn't really, make suggestions. But hey, I have a few opinions on that, and that's what I think she should do instead of taking it out on the public and try to come up with ridiculous stuff like this. But yeah, anyway, diving further into this, it's like Alyssa Milano's totally on the left, but she created a situation where she could kind of agree with conservatives on the whole entire abstinence part. Now she's like saying that, okay, we're not going to have sex anymore. And then conservatives always preach that, hey, you should have sex until you're married, until you're with your partner. Therefore, it's basically the same ordeal. It's like, okay, well, yeah, if you're not going to be with somebody, if you're not going to be married to them, then why are you doing that? Now, liberals, I don't think they see this like conservatives do. Conservatives, they understand because of different values that they have for the future. They're usually focused on their family, they're usually focused on the future, stuff like that. I think with a liberal, and I'm not going to say everybody, but the majority of them, what I can see is that they're more focused in the present, focused on trying to always change things and make it completely different. And that's okay, that can be beneficial for society. But at one point, it's like, what are you going to do if you want to try to turn around, do something mature, start a whole entire life that's completely different, that you love and that you like, that's natural? So yeah, it's like a waste of time, just kind of like the other different protests that liberals have. A big waste of time, always. It always is a big waste of time. Why? I'm not going to say that everything that liberals have is a big waste of time, but look lately at what you're doing. Look lately at the feminism, different marches for that, and you have different marches that are literally going against the freedom of speech for conservatives. Half the people that vote in this country. It's ridiculous. The left wasn't trying to be so irrational about everything, trying to be just so to the far entire left. I could try to agree with them. I can maybe agree with you with a lot of different things. But if you want to be extreme, every single time that you come up with a new idea, how are we going to make a solution? How are we going to come together as one? I don't see that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out myself. But I mean, I don't really see that as that if you have one side that's just going crazy, crazy, crazy on you, and you're trying to deal with them, you're trying to rational, like, you're trying to be a rational person. And you're actually trying to logically talk to them, you're trying to calm them down, and then they're just like going after you. What do you do? This is why we need more debates open in the first place, so that we don't get this way. We don't get this way where one person thinks that someone is far right, the other person thinks that maybe they're far left, and they just think that they're so far to the other side that they can't talk anymore. Now, what we need to do is try to fix that. Whether you're actually from the right or the left, I mean, think about it. Try to be more rational on things that you speak about. I mean, myself, it's not like I'm like gonna, teach a lesson to everybody and say, hey, this is how it is. I have other stuff I need to work on as well. And that's basically what I'm realizing. Another amazing message that I forgot to mention, but hey, I can't forget to include it, is by Kate Kelly. So she said, join us in helping cis men feel physical consequences of our reproductive rights being systematically eliminated. Hashtag sex strike. I like how they take it out on all men. Like, they know who exactly votes for what, and if they're liberal, if they're to the right. I mean, they don't know. You don't know when you look at somebody, or if you're really dating somebody, unless they're saying something about their whole entire belief and what they feel. If you're going with them for a while, obviously you're going to know that. Or if you're dating, married, whatever. So you would know those kind of things. Now, to have a strike for something like that, it's just really extreme. So yeah, Alyssa Milano has definitely gone crazy, very overboard, and I don't know if she's gonna come back. It's like whenever the left wants to go completely overboard, the right, they can unite. And I'm not just saying that in a sarcastic way, I'm being very serious. Okay, for example, with Alyssa Milano, what she wants to do of controlling sex for different guys and trying to be like, oh yeah, rub it in their face kind of thing like that. Yeah. So something like that will backfire. And the left doesn't realize that. And then it has a big win for conservatives, a big win for even moderates at the time. Because I think a lot of moderates, a lot of people that are in the center, are leaning more towards the right more than ever because of the way that the politics are leaning. But I mean, that's another discussion for another day. So, I mean, just focusing on Alyssa Milano, though, and what she's doing right now, you could predict everything else that she's going to do. And it's basically almost like a clone of what Alexandria Cortez is doing. Although Alexandria Cortez, much more of a difficult person to deal with. On that note, I'm going to head out. There's a lot of new videos on my channel if you want to go check them out. I'm going to have another video coming very shortly, so I'll check you next time.